Hey everyone, I'm Sharon, and this is Jamie from Sharonatsea. One of the most frequently asked questions we get lately is, can I bring a power strip or an extension cord on a cruise? Well, we're going to talk about that today and give you all the details.
Now, for years, cruise ships weren't particularly worried about whether or not you had extension cords or power strips with you, as long as they didn't have a surge protector built into them. Now, that might sound kind of weird because at home, the surge protector is what protects you from surging electrical currents. Well, the ship is wired a little bit differently. Now, I'm no engineer, and I can't really go too much into the details because I just don't know them. But I do know that on the ship, the surge protector could be faulty if there's a wiring issue, and it may not protect you the way it's designed to. So due to fire hazards and things like that, the ships always said no surge protectors. Well, lately, power strips are getting confiscated as people get on ships, and that leaves people with no way of charging any of their electronics, their phones, their cameras, or things like that. So it's become a really big concern in the cruise industry. So today we want to talk a little bit about it. We've done some research. I think we've done some research, haven't we?
Yeah, we're going to tell you all the cruise. We're going to go through all the major cruise lines and tell you which ones prohibit it these days and which ones you can still bring them on.
Now, finding a place to plug in on some of the newer or brand new cruise ships out there may not be as much an issue as if you're going on a ship that's a few years old. A lot of the newer ones have multiple plug-in areas, USB docks and things like that that you can use. But when you get onto a little older ship, there's usually like one main plug, and if you're smart enough to have a European converter adapter, then you might have access to two plugs.
So we've done a little research on multiple cruise lines to check out what is allowed and what isn't, and we're going to start with Royal Caribbean. Now, Royal Caribbean, in the past they did allow them, no longer. So if you take a power strip or an extension cord in your luggage, it will most likely get confiscated. Several people lately have made comments to that effect, and it's stated in their policies of prohibited items that you are not allowed to bring them on board.
Yeah, that's with or without a power surge on that thing, so you are out of luck.
Yes, so I suggest you leave them at home. Otherwise, you're going to have to go through all the hassle of trying to get them back at the end of your cruise. You may not get them back, so just leave them at home and you will be safe. Next, let's talk about Celebrity. Celebrity is owned by Royal Caribbean, and they kind of follow that same policy. They are prohibited items on there as well, although Celebrity does state that if you need an extension cord for anything, especially if you need it for any kind of medical device like a CPAP or something, they will provide that for you. All you have to do is ask, either prior to your cruise, or you can go to guest services once on board and inquire there. And since Celebrity is owned by Royal, I'm sure on Royal you can do a similar thing. You can request one, especially for a medical device.
Now, next is Norwegian Cruise Lines. NCL seems to be following suit with Royal Caribbean. They are basically banning bringing any kind of power strip or extension cord on board their ship. From what we understand, it falls under rule number 21 in the prohibited items to bring on the ship list, and it's kind of contained within the you can't bring in anything that'll plug in and create heat or heat up. And I guess that is something that an outlet can do when you plug it in, is heat up. So it falls under that rule. Now, there are people that are reporting, and probably with any cruise line, that they have been able to sneak something in, sneak something on board. You can sure try putting it in your luggage, tucking it away in your carry-on, but don't be surprised if you lose it on your way onto the ship. So NCL, also prohibited.
Another cruise line where power strips and extension cords are prohibited is Disney Cruise Lines.
Mm-hmm.
They don't allow them either. So if they find them in your carry-on or even your checked luggage, they will take them away. So save yourself the hassle and just leave those things at home.
All right, now next is good old Carnival Cruise Lines. Now, Carnival is yet to begin confiscating them as you get on the ship. They are still allowing you to bring extension cords or power strips on that do not have a surge protector, as long as they're in good condition and they won't risk a fire. Recently, we were on a Carnival ship and we were able to do that, and we had no issue with it. Although we recommend bringing it in your carry-on so that it can be inspected at the time you get on if someone wants to take a look at it. Remember, if they see it in your checked luggage, they may pull your luggage aside, open it up, and inspect it. And that's just kind of a drag, having somebody come in and dishevel all your luggage when you're waiting for it to arrive to your room. So Carnival, it's okay. No surge protector, carried in your carry-on bag.
Let's talk a little bit about Princess Cruises. Princess does still allow power strips and multi-plug box devices and adapters and extension cords on board as long as they are in good, safe condition and are used properly.
And they do not have a surge protector on them.
Right. Another cruise line that is still allowing these things is Holland America. Now, one reason these Princess Cruises and Holland America are owned by Carnival Corporation, so that may play a little part in it, but Holland America does still allow them as well, as long as, once again, they are safe to use. And once again, we do suggest you put them in your carry-on for bringing them onto the ship.
So you can see there's a couple different cruise lines have some different ideas on what's going to be safe or not. We highly recommend when you go on your cruise, double check our research, because information can change pretty quickly in the cruise industry, and you never know when someone's going to decide to allow or not allow something going forward on their cruise ships.
And once again, if you have any kind of medical need where you need an extra power outlet, extension cord, please contact the special needs department on the cruise line prior to your cruise, or if not, go to guest services once you are on board. They will provide you with that extension cord you need for your device.
All right, now I know what you're thinking, but Sharon at sea, what can I bring and how can I make sure I stay plugged in when I'm at sea? I mean, we have phones we need to keep charged. We have iPads for the kids and their little video games. You have cameras, you have video cameras, lights, microphones, the whole nine yards.
Nowadays, there's all kinds of things to plug in.
We get it. You got 20 different things you need to plug in. So what we're going to recommend, and this is something that you should be able to use on any cruise line, is as opposed to getting an extension cord or power strip to plug your device into, get one of the cables where you can remove the plug part itself, so it's just a USB adapter, and go with a very nice multi-plug USB port. Now these USB ports should be okay to use by any cruise line. They're safe to use. You can plug in multiple items at a time and make sure that everything is charged when you need it. Also, I mentioned it earlier in the video, if you can get your hands on a European adapter plug, that'll maximize the amount of outlets that are in your cabin. And let me just squash the rumor that the plug in the bathroom is only for razors. You can't plug anything else into it. A lot of cruise ships have that extra little plug in there, but it really will do nothing for you unless you just need a close shave. So hopefully our little video helps you to know whether or not you can bring an extension cord or power strip on your next cruise. It also helps you figure out how you're going to stay plugged in at sea. We really appreciate you taking a minute to watch the video, and if you're into cruising, cruise tips, cruise vlogs, cruise news, or anything else that has to do with being out on the sea,
please subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell above so you'll get notified of anytime we upload new videos. And we also go live every Monday night and we talk all about cruising.
And don't forget to check out our Facebook group, Sharon at Sea Cruise Crew. Make sure you check us out over there too and get involved in the chat. We appreciate it.
So thanks for watching, and until next time,
Happy cruising.